God's General, the Charlie Kirk Chronicle. In the heart of a nation divided, God raised up a warrior not clad in armor, but in conviction. His name was Charlie Kirk, a young man with fire in his bones and truth on his tongue. He was not born into power, but he was born for it. From the classrooms of America to the pulpits of its churches, Charlie saw a generation adrift, and he vowed to become a compass. He founded Turning Point USA, not merely as a political movement, but as a spiritual battleground. To Charlie, politics was an on-ramp to Jesus. He believed that liberty was not just a civic virtue, it was a divine inheritance. He preached that the Constitution echoed the gospel, and that the fight for America's soul was a fight for heaven's values on earth. Charlie's voice thundered across campuses, calling young men to courage and young women to biblical strength. He spoke of submission not as weakness, but as sacred order. He challenged the separation of church and state, declaring that the cross must stand taller than the Capitol. But generals are not crowned in comfort, they are forged in fire. On a September day in Utah, while proclaiming truth at a university, Charlie was struck down, a martyr of modern times. The bullet pierced his body, but not his mission. His widow, Erica, stood before thousands and declared, "The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry." President Trump called him a hero. Pastor Rob McCoy called him a prophet. Orthodox rabbis called him the Abraham of our time. But heaven called him home. Charlie Kirk's legacy is not in the grave, it is in the rising. His life was a trumpet blast to awaken the church, a sword to cut through deception, and a torch to light the path of revival. He was a general in God's army, and though fallen, his orders still stand. Fight for truth, stand for righteousness, and never, ever retreat.
Charlie passionately wanted to reach and save the lost boys of the West. The young men who feel like they have no direction, no purpose, no faith, and no reason to live. The men wasting their lives on distractions, and the men consumed with resentment, anger, and hate. My husband, Charlie, he wanted to save young men just like the one who took his life. That young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent, and I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent. Charlie's angry. Look at that, he's angry at me now.